Hey, I'm Terry with TwoHubs.com, and today I'll be introducing the new eeCycleworks eeBrakes. What eeCycleworks has done is taken an awesome product and made it even more awesome and versatile. So why don't you hang out with me for a few minutes and we'll get into all the details. So now to provide a little table of contents to the improvements with the new eeBrakes. For one, they are more compatible with levers out there. So with the new Shimano 9070 and 9000 levers, which have a higher cable pull ratio, they've basically are accommodating that with the new design of the eeBrakes without affecting compatibility with SRAM and Campagnolo. So those are still going to feel fantastic. They're also wider to accommodate the latest trend in wider tires and rim widths. It's also a stiffer and more simple design, and best of all, they have a nice little tool-free adjustment for positioning the caliper. Okay, now just to better display what eeCycleworks has been up to with the eeBrakes here, we've kind of splayed out here the various brakes here. The red one's closest to me. Let's look at those first. This is actually the previous generation brake from eeCycleworks, and this brake was so successful when it hit the market, and this has been it's been out for many years. It is a true dual pivot caliper, or some might refer to it as a eeBrake, and it was like a weight weenie's dream, because it was it came in a very light package, but they were so consistent and so powerful, and they provided great modulation. So successful was the original eeBrake that there have been giant cycle component manufacturers out there that have emulated that design and ran with it to great success. So now let's look again at this previous generation brake, and next to it you'll see the next generation, the 2015 eeBrakes here. So at first glance you'll see the new caliper has a significantly wider arch to accommodate those wider rims and tires that are starting to become the latest trend. Also, looking at these bushings on the red caliper here, you'll notice that they are significantly thicker than those bushings on the current generation, or the new generation eeBrake. They're thin on the new design to basically allow for or reduce flexion, increase stiffness. That's a very common trend, if you will, with the new calipers. They're basically trying to, while not adding weight, they're trying to make the brake more powerful and also improve or preserve modulation. Let's look at from the top view down. You're going to see the main pivot is a lot different from on the previous generation, because the previous brake was two separate components. It was a two-piece design, which had a stainless steel pivot bolt that the caliper would then sleeve onto and articulate around, and you would adjust this. This would allow you to adjust basically the height of the caliper. Now it's all one piece, considerably more stiff, and now they've slotted the arms down towards the bottom so you can fine-tune the brake pad position against the rims, and also added this awesome tool-free adjustment so you can really position the caliper to fine-tune the setup of the caliper. Really neat design. Again, moving towards or touching on the stiffness department here, you'll see that the arms the material in the arms right at the main pivots on the sides. They've added, or I think I want to say doubled the amount of material there to again improve the modulation, or the power, and subsequently the modulation. So better in almost every way, the new eeBrake, and that's kind of almost difficult to say. It's hard to roll off the tongue because the previous brake was fantastic. So now moving to the right here, you're going to see the direct mount offerings from eeCycleworks. Now these days you're seeing a lot of the aero bikes out there utilizing direct mount brakes due to their unique shapes, aero tubes, etc. Now what eeBrakes has offered here is 3 different brakes. You buy these individually compared to the road calipers here, which you buy in a set, front and rear. So You have two different models for the front caliper. They are going to be the Aero, which you see here with that composite bridge on the front, which also increases the stiffness of the caliper. And then you have a light version of the front, similar to the Aero here. Doesn't have that bridge there. And then this one here with the machining you see here around the arch is a rear caliper. So what's important to note here is, unlike the other direct mount brakes that you see out on the market, is these are tremendously easier to set up just due to the tool-free adjustment here that you see, which is, again, they carry that over from the standard road caliper, and they're in a lighter package. The setup alone of these calipers, I mean, they sell themselves. They are, you're going to be tearing a lot less or fewer hairs out, and the weight savings, I mean, it's just a plus. So that's the line of eeBrakes here for 2015. And now the question that creeps up in every Two Hubs product review video, are the eeBrakes going to be a good fit for you? Well, if you're looking for something extremely lightweight, yet something that's going to work as well, then these will certainly provide that. Also, I think there's also a special place for people that appreciate brilliant engineering, and I really I love the look of these brakes. I love watching them articulate or actuate. You know, they are a fantastic brake. They are going to be, again, lightweight. They're going to provide very consistent power and fantastic modulation, lever feel, and you'll get a lot of finger pointing from people out there, because they're not that common, which we appreciate. And of course, what's most important, if you do run these brakes, you'll be riding the stuff I ride. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any questions about any of the eeCycleworks brakes, you know how to reach us at twohubs.com. That's info@twohubs.com. Other than that, make sure you enjoy the ride.